going to start off with the dollar index. Okay, so you can see we've had a bounce off of this level. As soon as we took out this low, we had a nice bounce. Now we are into some resistance now. Okay, I'm not saying this up move is over, but I'm keeping an open mind because of what's also happening on the other majors, and I'll give you my reasons why and both scenarios. So look at this down candle here. Okay, you can see how this has been acting as a pivot here. Ripped up, bounced again. Now these are significant bounces if you count them. It's about 164 pips. It's a weekly chart. Okay, now I would a true change in trend would for me be confirmed if we take out this. Okay, that would be a true bullish change. Remember, we are still within a range. Okay, this could just be a retracement for another leg down. You don't know that yet. So if I was to say we could have a possible top in place, I gotta give my case for it. Okay, so let's look at what's happened. I spoke about the range we were in. Okay, this was the range. Okay, because of this down move, we were in there for a while and then broke out of it. So if I was to ask you, if I wanted to send this market down right big time, would it make sense that first of all let me cause a fake breakout, okay, then get everybody long, then smash it down? Would that make sense? How often do you see, for example, let's see the changes in trends. Okay, well, consolidation here, big move up, everyone gets bullish, then what do you see? Boom, here, big move up, everyone gets bullish, then the big move down. Okay, is that making sense so far? I'm not saying this is the top, but I'm just giving one case for it for now. So we've broken out, we've taken these stops out, we've also taken this out here, this high out here. Okay, so if I go down to the lower, go down, the high here comes in at 12, so 12, not by much, but it's coming to a key level, hasn't it? It's coming to a key level. It's coming to a key level now. So either way, I think we are due for a retracement. It has been a fast move up. Look how fast it's been, thin and quick. So this, a conservative way of getting short is this. So I could say, well, if I wasn't too sure, I'd wait for a pullback into these down candles, okay, because this led to the move up. Now if this held, one scenario is this, and then if it gives bullish price action, then we continue. Or another way would be, if this was to break, then that would confirm that the high is in. Then depending on what price action we get, a pullback, weakness, and then we're going lower, I would say this would be the target, this, and then lower targets then. Okay, now I think we could have a possible top in place, a possible top. Now obviously I'm gonna wait, but it's come to that key level, the weekly, I'm just gonna call this breaker, pivot, whatever you want to call it, give my reasons for it. But look at this, we've come up again after key level, starting to break down now. Okay, so assuming this is the top, right, what I would do is wait. I'll use the weekly open strategy, but also I would use this. You see this down candle here, because it was acting as support, right? I'll wait for this to break, then I'll retest into it. If we get a weakness off of that, then I'll be playing it short, at least for first targets down to here. Now if this was to break, then I could get back in short again and wait for the retest on the underside. Is everyone clear with that? Now this will be made clearer once I go over the majors. I want to make sure everyone clear with that so far. Now for bullishness, like I said, hardcore bullishness would be a break of this, but we'll wait for that. We'll wait to see what price does. So let's go down to the majors. Okay, cable now. Cable, bigger picture, don't forget, it's still bullish. Bigger picture, still bullish. It's still making higher highs and higher lows on the weekly. On the monthly, we're in this monthly order block, bullish order block here. So it's not over just yet. What would negate my old bigger time frame or macro idea for longs would be a break of this. Okay, then that would mean these down candles that move up, we start selling into that then. So now let's see lower time frame, what's happening. So we are within this retracement down here, which is what, this weekly block here. So I'm gonna mark out this, okay? Watch this carefully. I could mark out the whole thing, okay? But just for this purpose, you know, I'll just mark out this just so it's more clear. We don't need it now. You can see that this down move here led to the move up, and then if it was bearish, it should have held, but it didn't hold. Yes, we got some reaction out of that. That's fine. But here it's retested it now, back down into here. Then it's pushed up. That shows that buyers have stepped in, or there's an interest to buy at least. Whether it's a bounce or not, what's the bigger picture? Keep in mind the bigger picture. Okay, always keep in mind the bigger picture. What's happening? Now we've come down and we've taken out this low here. So what would confirm to me would be a move up, right? So a move up would confirm that this low is holding, and then a retest of this. Okay, then I would be looking to continue what? The uptrend. Does that make sense? Is your screen frozen? Someone saying the screen is frozen. Okay, is everyone clear with that? We'll have a long Q&A after this. Just be patient for now. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Let's go to the euro now. Now, bear in mind what I've just told you on the dollar index. Keep in mind what I've just told you on the dollar index. Okay, a possible top. Not saying it is, but a possible one. A possible low in for a continuation up. If you want to draw fibs, we can draw fibs. Okay, it's within the 61 to 78.6 retracement. Okay, now let's go to the euro. Does euro confluence that? So, euro macro view, if we look, where have we come within? So, this was the range we were working in, okay? This low to this high here. I'm using, remember the previous range I did previous review videos, this low to this high. Why this one? Because we attempted to go up above it, we failed, so this is significant. Okay, now like I said, same inverse of the dollar. Okay, where has it come down into? So if I mark out the low here, okay, let me just mark out the low here, let me see where this is comes in at. If I go down to the weekly, right, it is into previous resistance levels, isn't it? Okay, bigger picture for me hasn't changed just yet. If I want to refine this down a bit more, okay, yeah, go to the 4 hour. See this down move here led to the move up. We've just come into support here. Okay, now I'm not saying this is the bottom, but like I said, I'll keep my eye out. So what would confirm it then? So what I'm looking for is a move. If you wanted to say, well, I want to go long, but I'm not sure, how would you do it? Let me ask, how would you guys do it? Anyone come up with the answer? If you're not sure this is the low, what would you wait for? Or, okay, there we go, back into the range. Back into the range. Let me just pull up another euro chart. Template. How does euro? Okay, euro chart. This is a chart I posted. Okay, this is a chart I posted on the weekend. So it's the same thing. We've got this high here, which is what? This. These down candles. Okay, just the top of it. It's a nice level because you had a nice reaction of it. So it's a support level regardless. So going down again. This is the low of the range, and this is the range high I'm using. This was the deviation of it, okay? As soon as it got back within the range, look what it did. So, we've broken out the range now. Now, what would confirm a breakout would be probably, obviously, stay below it and then form lower highs and lower lows. If I get that confirmation, then obviously I'm going to continue shorting it. But if we get back within the range, and that's what I'm waiting for, then I'm going to get long. Is that clear? So what I'm waiting for is a move back within the range. Everyone clear with that? Now keep in mind what's happening with the cable. What I outlined on the dollar. This is what I'm waiting for. I'm not comfortable shorting. For some reason this doesn't feel right for a short. Obviously as it builds up and if it's proving to be lower highs and lower lows, I am going to have to force short it. But as it stands, I'm going to wait for that move back within that range. And if it's true, if this is a real stop rate, then it shouldn't waste time getting back within that range. Does that make sense? One of the signs of stop rate is it gets back within the range quickly. and I'll show you an example of that as well where it's happened previously. Everyone clear with that? So I'll be waiting for a move back within the range. Once it's back within the range, I think we're going to make new highs, or we've got plenty of targets to reach for within the range. I mean, even if you just want to play it for this inefficient move filling up to this block, that's fine as well, and you can just day trade it towards higher targets. We've got this gap to fill in, so we've got many objectives within the range to reach for, but first things first, get back within the range. Okay, now I'm going to show you dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen, we had this, I hope I saved this as a template. Here, look at, compare the euro to the dollar yen. This was the range. I'll be previous market reviews, you'll know why I use this as a range. I'm not going to go over it again. We've got that false breakout. See here, I was hardcore bearish this. Do you guys remember when this happened? I go, as soon as the market opens, I'm going to look for bearish setups. But then it went back within the range. I was hoping this low would hold, or at least this block. As soon as this block went, what did I say? We're going to go all the way back up to look where it tested. It didn't need to take out this high, but it tested this high of the range, didn't it? And I explained this in my dollar yen review video. Live trader did. Okay, see, it's tested that. It's taken out, technically it's taken it out, that range high. If you look on a yen chart, which we will do, we're going to go over this today, you'll see that this has actually been taken out. Another way of doing it, well, if I draw this no wicks on a daily, it has been taken out. But let's not get into that, because this seemed to be confusing people, so we don't need that. But okay, you can see that now. So dollar yen, I'm actually looking for shorts. What would confirm that? Let's look for where was the pivot. So if I go down to, so you can see this down move led to the move up. Okay, so if I just mark out the minimum for the bodies, this is just the minimum. Okay, it's holding, isn't it? This down move led to the move up to take out the stops, broke it, retested it. So if I'm correct, then it's going to have a massive down move, and I'll explain my reasoning and it'll be more clearer once we do the cut. So I'm looking for an up move. As long as, if I'm correct, this is my validation level. If you were a swing trader, I say, well, I'm happy to just not day trade it, but just like enter. Well, that would be my validation level. For a swing trader, that's not a bad stop loss. For a target of at least, I think this move filling in, take out these lows, fill it in, and possibly test out the bottom side of the range, because there's a lot of ground to cover. So if I measure 50% of this range, okay, I think we will probably come down into here, at least halfway, at least, or at least take out this low. So I'll be waiting for further breakdown. Now you can use the weekly open strategy. You should all know that by now. If you don't, just gotta look at the previous videos, or I'll just wait, let price unfold, let Monday set the high. Ideally, I want price to stay below here. So if you can respect that, and if we break down from that and the lower time frame entries I've explained, lower highs, lower lows off of this, then I'll look to short it, and this low here and this low there. But I think the top is in. If it gets back above here, then what do I do? The same breaker that I used. Okay, if I drag this across, okay, if I'm wrong, then what I'll be waiting for is let it go above the high first, then a retest, depending on what price action is like, then long again. Okay, that would be the other scenario. Okay, but for now I'm more inclined for the shorts on dollar yen. And now let's quickly look at the commercials. Okay, actually we'll look at the commercials afterwards, because I want to get through the currency pairs quickly. Aussie dollar, where's Aussie dollar? This move isn't over yet. I showed on the quarterly charts, we've broken out of a huge range now. Yes, we're retesting the top side of it. So technically we're still within this. Okay, we are still within that. If I mark out the 50% of this, the whole range, we had it wicked into it. Now if you want to use the bodies or the thing, I'm not too fussed, I don't give a shit. You can use it like this as well to get an accurate more 50%. But you can see it's at 50% of it. Now let's zoom in a bit more further on this. Okay, let's refine this a bit more. See this consolidation here? This was the consolidation that led to the move out. Okay, if you look, we've just retested that here. So how many majors are into key support now? We've got the cable, well, euro possibly if we get back within the range, dollar yen at resistance, Aussie dollar at support. You see how I'm adding up all these pairs together? So it's not just one pair I'm looking at, or is it top or not? Everything else has to line up as well. So Same here. What I'll be looking for the Aussie dollar would be, we've got this swing high here, right? Same again. What do I wait for? A breaking market structure. Okay. Then depending on what price action we have, this should be the low in place then. As long as you know your risk at this point, then where would you be targeting? Obviously we got these highs to contend with, and then if I'm correct, possibly new highs in the Aussie. Okay. Well, at least to fill this in and then just take each swing high at a time, and possibly but then you can figure that out yourself. But as long as we know once the low is in, then we'll go with that. Does that make sense? Please don't unmute your mics. Okay. Kiwi dollar is another one. If you like Kiwi, we have strong support here. We have strong support. That's another major that's at strong support. So same again, whether you want to wait for confirmation or not, break of this high would confirm it, and then higher highs, higher lows, and you can just get on board. So they're all lining up. Was there another pair? Yeah, I'll just Euro GBP. Now look at Euro GBP. It's coming to a support. Okay, it has come into support. What would confirm this again would be a move back above here. If we get a move back above here, then that would suggest that this was just a fake stop rate. Okay, and then if we get back above that level, then I'm going to decide, do I take the euro long or do I take the cable long? As it stands, I'm not too sure, but I'm going to wait for this, which one decide. But it doesn't mean I can't day trade either of them. In the meantime, there's plenty of setups to go for. My favorite is the dollar yen going forward, but we'll have to decide. But I'm just giving you an idea. So same here, let it go back above. If it goes back above and if it breaks this, that would confirm it. Then you look for longs and possibly new highs, because macro view, this is bullish. Is that clear? Okay, oil worked out perfectly. If you remember from last weekend market review, I had marked out this and I said a retest into that. What are we looking for? These highs here. Okay, I'm still continuing with the bullish theme. Next stop 55.20s, and then after that we're contending with this area here. Okay, so next target for me is going to be here. Now I'm not sure how I'm going to get on board this. I don't think, if it does do a pullback, then I'd like to see a pullback into here, possibly. Okay, and then I'll wait for the higher highs and higher lows off of this. If it gives me that, then I'll be targeting 55s. Okay, so if I can get something like this, give me bullish price action here, then I'll long it there. Okay, is that clear? Gold is another one. I mean, I was bearish this, but I'm having to just day trade this just because it's in a range. It's just, I am finding it tough, so I'm just day trading it. And even if I'm wrong on the overall buys, couldn't give a fuck, because you know, just it is. So this low as hell. Ideally at the time I posted a chart and I wanted this low to hold. It didn't, but main low was this. This did what? We came down, the impulse move up, and it's come down again. Now compare this with the dollar yen. Usually dollar yen and gold are inverse of each other. Would you agree? If you look at it, usually gold goes up, dollar yen comes down. Gold goes down, dollar yen goes up, and vice versa, whatever you want to call it. So here I'm still waiting for the breaking mark structure. If we get this break of this move high here, then I'll be interested in longs, because that would confirm that the low is in, and whatever dips we get back down, just look for higher prices and possibly new highs. Okay, that's gold. So I've covered everything else. Yes, let's go to the cut now. So let's look at this. This is the yen. Now see this low here on the yen. I mentioned the dollar yen on the yen chart. We took out this low here. Can you see that? I'm just drawing my cursor here. I've taken it out. Can everyone see that? I posted a chart for this anyway. Now let's compare. See here, right? No, sorry, here. See, when the yen was weakening, the commercials were loading up on longs. Okay, building their long position, and then when it came into support, when the technicals lined up, look at that big rally we had up. We called this ages ago. Now look again. As it's dropping, the commercials have been going long again. Okay, where is it at? A key support we've just taken back above it. Now, if I'm correct, it's gonna be a big move, so you can wait for confirmation. Okay, wait a couple of days, a week if you have to. But see how the technicals are lining up with this. Yeah. So this is what supports my idea for a possible top in the dollar, or at least a possible top in dollar yen. and for the dollar yen to fall and yen to strengthen. Okay, everyone clear with that? Just gonna look at another pair. This, if you look at Kiwi, look at this. This huge. This is a 5-year chart, or 5-year of data. Now, massive shorts here. Now look how much they've been unwinding the shorts positions. Okay, they've been unwinding the short positions, getting less and less shorts. It's pushing up. The last time we had something like this, if you look here, it's quite significant. This is okay. Look at this. While they were dropping, they were lessening their shorts, and then that led to over 1200 pip move. If you look here, as it's been falling hard, everybody's getting bearish this. Everybody's getting bearish this, but careful, keep in mind the bigger picture. They're unwinding the short positions. Now I'm only using this because it just gives me an idea to add the dots together across all the majors. I'm trying to build a bigger picture just from looking at various things, all the majors together. Okay, is that you understand? I'm not saying I'm correct on this, but if you're adding up all the dots, it's making sense so far. So we let price confirm to us first, and then I'm happy to step in. Also, we're at a key support level now as well. So if we get that bullish price action I mentioned, the confirmation, then this would line up then, and we go forward. This is another Australian dollar. As it was dropping, they were lessening their shorts. Okay, Aussie's bullish. I am bullish as fuck the Aussie dollar. Unless this gives in, I'm bullish Aussie dollar. So on the chart, Aussie dollar. Unless this low gives in, then I'm bearish. But till then, I'm bullish this. Okay, and I'm seeing this as just a retracement back down to fill this gap in, and then after new highs. Okay, and for me it would make sense because think about it, the big moves happen once we get the big stop runs. Okay, for example here, if we look here, we had a big move down, everybody was hardcore bearish this. Okay, but once it got back within that range, so if we get something like this fast move down, buy a step in, this block holds. So this is a possible block for the future if I mark this out. So we want a big move up, retest, and then what? New highs. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop the recording there, and obviously as the week unfolds, we may have to change our idea, change our bias, but we'll have to, this is just the plan going into the week, and then we'll confirm it later on. So let me just stop the recording.